episode. You'll notice that I'm not in my kitchen. I'm in my mom's kitchen. And my brother and his wife are getting ready to come visit us in a couple of weeks. And my mom is very excited, we all are. And she's getting ready to do a lot of baking and get that ready ahead of time so she doesn't have to spend time in the kitchen while they're here, because we're going to be going here and there and all over creation. But today my mom is going to make her very famous, everybody's favorite, no crust cheesecake. And I'm going to bring my mom in here. This is my mom. This is Nina. This is my mom. And this cheesecake is the best cheesecake you're ever going to eat. And we're going to show you how to make it now. And this is the recipe card. She pulled it out of her recipe box. It's not her only copy, which is a good thing. But you can see it is
the original.
It is a very loved recipe because it is used well. You can tell. Sometimes those are the best kind.
She's 45 years old.
Is that all? Okay. It's as old as me. So, all right. So I'm going to let Mom take over and get started.
Okay, it's really, really, really simple recipe. It's a pound of everything, just about. So we're going to start with a pound of cream cheese. And when you make this, make good. Use good ingredients, because you don't want low fat or reduced fat. Don't skim. This stuff needs to be really good.
This is not a diet recipe.
No, it is not.
But if you eat it standing up, all the calories go away. Isn't that the rule?
Definitely. Okay. What you want to do is you want to beat everything. You start with a pound of cream cheese and you cream that pretty good. And you're going to want to scrape your balls between adding. And I'm going to walk over here and get the next ingredient, which is the cottage cheese. And with the cottage cheese, you're going to want to get the high fat and the small curd. Small curd is very important.
So this is 4% fat cottage cheese.
Right, 4% fat cottage cheese, small curd.
And I think that's the highest fat content cottage cheese you can buy anymore. So.
Yeah, so this is pretty good. We're gonna do this.
Just make sure that your cream cheese doesn't have any lumps in it. And I have never made this cheesecake. That is why I'm bringing you to my mom's house, to show you how she does it.
And it doesn't last long, I'll guarantee it. Rick can attest to that.
Yes, I will. Yeah.
It's his favorite.
I vouch for it.
This is his birthday cake most years. Or many years.
Come on. I don't think I did it last year for him, did I?
No, you didn't.
But I asked.
Well, this past year you didn't. But I think we were doing other things.
Yeah.
Can you do this? Better this way. Okay. Now. I'm going to want to do that for a minute or two to get it smooth and I don't have one of those fancy mixers like Noreen does. Hers has a scraper built in.
Well, you should have told me I'd have brought my beater blade. It would have fit.
Nah, that's okay. This mixer is 25 to 30 years old. 25, I think. And you can make this with just a hand mixer. I do most of the time. You can start adding sugar.
It already smells so good.
This up for a minute. This is 4 large, slightly beaten eggs. I want to stir this first.
Oh, it does smell good, doesn't it?
You have a paper plate for us back there. One minute.
Thank you.
I'll stick his head to that.
Okay. Now.
Honey, we're not at home.
I'm
You're getting ready to go there.
Doesn't matter. He can do
You
that.
think I got slapped before?
Nope. Not for that. Because I do it too. Look at this, the beautiful color it's turning. Now we're going to add a tablespoon and a half of lemon juice, and always use fresh. I squeezed this morning.
And my mom has been asked to give this recipe away more times than I can probably count. This is one of her, like, famous recipes. This, along with lemon squares, which nobody can get right, even me. What else do people ask you for all the time?
Oh, let's see. I don't know. 1 tablespoon of good vanilla, not the cheap stuff. Good vanilla.
Make your own.
Shake this one more time before I add the binders. Look at that.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Get right out of the bowl. You've done that too, haven't you?
And I don't want anybody leaving me any comments about how they're going to have a heart attack if they eat this. You know what? Don't eat it. You're the one missing out.
Well, Noreen's father won't eat it because of that. But, you know,
That's
I
his
do.
choice.
Yeah, it is.
That's not
It
like-
is. But he always has to have a bite of somebody's.
And it's not like you can eat the whole thing.
Or every day.
No, this is a special occasion kind of thing. And this is 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. tablespoons of flour, all-purpose flour. Here comes some more good stuff, but I'm going to scrape first. Get all that flour in. I'm going to use a small one because it's all around the top. There. Okay. Dab it down there. Now you want 1 stick of butter. Butter, don't use margarine. Melted.
This is unusual.
Would this be a good time to mention the spaghetti sauce?
Oh no! That's a family joke.
Yep.
When I was growing up, my brother and I were responsible for cleaning up after dinner every night. We always dreaded it when Mom would make spaghetti because
I'm a messy cook.
my mom is the messiest cook on the face of the earth.
Yep.
I clean as I go. My mom just makes a giant mess and then looks at what she's reached after she's done.
That's okay. I clean it up.
She does.
They grew up and went away, and I
But-
don't have people to clean anymore.
But we used to laugh because when my mom would make spaghetti, it would always end up on the ceiling. There would always be spots of spaghetti sauce on the ceiling.
Well, back then I made scratch sauce.
Yeah.
And now the last ingredient is a pound, 16 ounces, a pint of sour cream. Don't get the reduced stuff, get the good stuff.
And don't get the store brand because it's full of gelatin.
Yeah, this is wonderful sour cream that I used when we lived in Arizona. You couldn't get Breakstone. You had to buy Knutson instead. So,
And Daisy is a good brand also.
okay. Let's get this. Look how full that bowl is.
Yep.
Now, you're going to want to do this, let that whip up a bit, a couple minutes, but let me show you the pan that we're going to use. 9-inch springform pan that you have greased. Now, I use butter to grease it. And I've learned over the years you have to use the right size pan.
And it's a springform pan.
Yes, it's a springform pan with the bottom. And I think that this is ready to finish.
And how hot is your oven, Mom?
325.
And the rack is set in the center of the oven.
Yes.
And the other good part about this cheesecake is sometimes they want you to put a pan of water underneath, or they want you to put the cheesecake in a bain-marie, which is a pan full of warm water. This cheesecake just goes into a dry oven.
It sort of does itself.
Yes.
Now, what?
You want help?
No, just excuse my hands. I need to do this. Okay.
You want to lift it, Rick?
I don't know.
I'll put it
I guess you could tell. Butter down.
Oh, that's good.
I was stepping in
Okay.
again.
Like I said, I'm messy, and that's just the way it is.
It's okay, the end result is beautiful.
In the pan it goes.
Now the spring form is important so you can get it back out.
You bet. It'll stay on the bottom part of the pan, and you'll serve from that. Now I have very, very cautiously taken it off the bottom pan after it's set, maybe the next day. But if you don't have to, don't do that. It serves really great right there. But it's not going to rise much. You're going to have a big, beautiful cheesecake just like that.
Okay, so tell them all the secrets to how this thing bakes.
You put it in the oven at 325. And all you're doing at such a low temperature is setting this thing and making sure your eggs are hot. And you're going to bake it for an hour. And then you're going to come back and you're going to turn your oven off. And then you're going to let it sit in the oven. You don't open the oven door, just let it sit in the oven for 2 more hours. 2 more hours. And then you can open the oven door. I've got a glass in my window in my oven, so I can watch it. But I didn't in the last one I had. It drove me crazy. Okay, and in it goes.
So Bobby Flay could make this cheesecake.
Bobby Flay couldn't make the cheesecake. Why?
You can't leave anything alone.
That's true, you can't. Did your oven not preheat?
My oven's not on.
Uh-oh. Okay, as you can clearly see from the end of that last clip, we are back at my house because my mom discovered that her oven didn't work. Now, my mom has the worst luck with ovens. We've had Christmases and Thanksgivings, Easters, special occasions where she was very ramped up about getting everything ready. Oven took a peter. It's exactly what happened today. The oven wouldn't preheat. We went to put the cheesecake in the oven. It wasn't hot. So after we figured out the oven didn't work and my dad and Rick pulled the oven out, they are now on their way to Lowe's to buy a new oven. But what I have to tell you, which I think is a little bit funny, she said, well, that would be why my cake didn't bake yesterday. She left the cake in the oven for 2 hours and it didn't bake all the way. This would have been a good indication that the oven had something wrong with it. In any case, my mom is off to get a new oven, and I'm going to put this in my oven. My oven has been preheated to 325 degrees. And we've transported this lovely cheesecake to my house, and we're going to bake it for 1 hour. Do not bake it any longer than 1 hour. Put it in there, close the door, set your timer for 1 hour. After 1 hour, what did Mom say? Leave it in the oven for 2 hours and don't touch it. And don't open the door. And don't bother it and leave it alone and let it sleep. In 2 hours when it's ready to come out, I'm going to show it to you and show you what it looks like. So we'll be back later. We're back, and it's 2 weeks later, and my brother and his family are here, and it's their last night here, so we've had dinner with them for the last week every night, and we went to Virginia for 2 days and had a lot of fun. And now we're going to show you the cheesecake that I had to take home and bake in my oven because my mom's oven stopped working. So this is her new oven. Isn't it pretty? See? I'll do the Vanna for you. There you go. This is the cheesecake. And some of you may think, well, that's a pretty ugly cheesecake. But once you eat it, you won't care. And if you want to cover this up with anything, go ahead, but I'd advise you not to because the cheesecake pretty much stands on its own. And I have several jars of different kinds of jam out here, and if you want to put some on your own slice, then you can go ahead and do that. We've got cherry and pineapple, strawberry rhubarb. And this I just got in the mail today from one of my viewers, whose name is Susan. And She sent me a package with 3 of these, and it's raspberry jelly, and it's positively divine, and I would just like to say a big thank you to her for sending me that. It is very sweet of you to think of me, and I really appreciate it. And we are going to thoroughly enjoy all of these jars. I may have to hide one for later, for sometime later, so that everybody doesn't eat that. So I'm going to let my mom cut this, because I won't do that very good.
You do it just fine. Okay, let's see here.
And it's going to crumble. It went in the freezer. It's been in the freezer until last night.
It doesn't do this when it's fresh.
Oh. You need a knife? I do. Here, we can do it again too. If you want to do it again, we can edit it.
No, it's fine. Okay, there it is. It's delicious.
And you can put whatever topping you want on it or no topping at all, and you are going to love this. And like Mom said, if you don't put this in the freezer, it's not going to get as crumbly. But once you take it out of the oven, let it cool completely, and then you can put it in the refrigerator. So, there you go. That one's better. I hope you try this, and I hope you enjoy it. And until next time, I'll see ya. You've got a hair right here.